Welcome to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com. Today we're talking about what is the true value of Venezuela as a man. Well, if you have time watching this content, I talk about real estate, finance, macroeconomics, and lifestyle overall here in Venezuela, which I love. I basically discuss every single issue that I'm passionate about regarding Venezuela, and I'm passionate about my country overall that has a lot of issues, that has a lot of good things as well. And of course, I give the best life of my country, and also I also talk about the bad things. There are a lot. There are a lot of bad things of any country on the world. Venezuela has some extra issues that right now are not deal breakers, but I try to give you paint the best picture that I can regarding Venezuela. And also I don't want to create false expectations about the country overall. But today I'm talking about, this is going to be probably the most positive video that I'm going to make, and is regarding what is the main issue, the main plus that you're gonna get in Venezuela, and it's regarding lifestyle. It's not regarding, you're not gonna get rich by buying real estate here. You're gonna certainly can make some money on Venezuelan real estate, or maybe the Venezuelan stock market, or maybe you can start a very successful business here, or just have a great life. But today, I'm going to talk about the non-financials, the true value that you're going to get here in Venezuela, especially if you are a man. But also ladies are going to enjoy the country as well. But as a man, you're going to get a lot of alpha, in case you don't know financial terms and investment. Alpha is when you get that profit that you get way over the market value. So today we are discussing that. The alpha, the true value that you get with your life as a man here in Venezuela. So let's start. First, let's discuss, if you're a man, what do you want in life? And I'm gonna quote Andrew Tate for that, because he talks about it all the time. And he says, as a man, you don't want money. You don't care about money. You want status. And everything that you do is status driven until a certain point. You don't want a Lamborghini. You don't want just because you want the Lamborghini. You want a Lamborghini because you have it and the other guy cannot have it. If everyone has a Lamborghini, it loses, the essence, the true value. It would be great if everyone has a Lamborghini, but that's not going to be the case. And everything that you do is status driven. You wake up every day, you work hard, you network, you invest, you take chances, you take risks, you read books, you do some exercises, you want to be the best version of yourself and get the most accolades for such success, like being financially successful, but also personally successful, having status, having value as an individual, and also of course, being rewarded for all that effort. And how do you get rewarded? Money, privilege, status, and as a man, and especially as a straight man, beautiful women. And that's something that is not scarce here in Venezuela. Well, the thing is, it's still hard to get it in the first place. But the thing is about, and also we have to add, if just regardless status, I'm talking financial status and economic status and professional status and personal status, having beautiful women, but also is the lifestyle overall, because we are human beings, we are catered towards having the best experiences. Great food, living on a great place, on a beautiful place, having great experiences, and maybe on the beach, the mountains, on a beautiful city, on a beautiful small town, maybe on an ugly small town that is fun to be with. But overall, here on Venezuela is the lifestyle, because the lifestyle here in Venezuela is great. It's fun to be here. It's, it, it nourishes your soul just to be here when you can take care of the basic necessities. And that's the key. Here in Venezuela, most of the problems is because most of the people, it's very hard for them, and you cannot blame them because it's hard to get that basic needs taken care of. But after that, when you can truly achieve that, the experience here of just living here in Venezuela is just, I mean, infinitely great. Because here in Venezuela, and I'm gonna start, talking about what I experienced as a Venezuelan male and what I experienced in other places around the world. I've been, for instance, I've been in the States many times, in Canada, in not in Australia, but in the UK and Western Europe as well, and other parts in Latin America, I have to say. And the experience that you get here when you are just stable, I'm not talking that you have to be rich and successful, just stable, is great. Because I see what it's like all over the world as a man, especially as a young man. Well, I'm not that young anymore, but I remember when I was young here, I'm not the most brightest guy, I'm not the most good looking guy, I'm not rich, I don't come from a wealthy family, and I had a lot of experiences when I was young. I'm talking in my early 20s and such, that I thought that was just regular everywhere, every place else. Going to a nice beach and having great time with a bunch of friends and family and acquaintances and beautiful women beside me. I'm not talking about a bunch of women, but let's say the girlfriend of the time, which is beautiful. But at the moment, I thought that every woman, the average woman looked like that. And when I start seeing the rest of the world, no, that woman, my girlfriend back then, my early 20s, or any given girl that I was dating back then, that I thought it was just a regular Venezuelan, a regular woman. And when I start seeing the women everywhere else, yeah, that woman is way beautiful compared to the average on worldwide standards. And I don't need it to be successful or wealthy or smart or rich or the top G. I don't have to be the top G. I don't have to be Andrew Tate to be with beautiful women. Just being, being myself, and just, of course, having enough to take care of a quick trip to the beach and such, and covering small expenses. Yeah, I was qualifying to get some such experience with my friends, with beautiful women, with my family and such. It was a great experience. And then I learned that that experience that you have regularly here in Venezuela as a mediocre man, you're not talking about the high value man, just a mediocre man can achieve that. And the rest of the world is not like that, not even in other places in Latin America. And what I thought is that when I say, of course, that's a luxury that I had. I didn't know that there was a luxury. I didn't knew back then there was a privilege that I have just for being Venezuelan. I thought everyone else around the world just a guy on his early 20s and his mid 30s that everyone had, and it's not the case. Beautiful women are not interested on average men on any given country like the US and Canada and even other parts in Latin America. And that's a luxury that they don't have. The women that back then, I'm talking, and even now, are the girlfriends of the girl that I'm dating, which by my standards back then, I thought that were just a regular girl. Actually, are beautiful women in other countries, and those women only date rich people, athletes, musicians, very celebrities, politicians, drug dealers, I have to say, in some cases. But here in Venezuela, you don't have to be anything like that to date beautiful women. You have to work hard and know what you're doing, like I said all the time. And of course, you need to spend some money, but it's not like a million to access to such experience. But it's not just about the women. I'm talking the experience overall. I'm talking the mingling with friends and family, I'm talking acquaintances. Anyone can become your best friend overnight and having a great network of people. I'm not talking about network, like the LinkedIn networking. I'm talking, casually networking with your neighbors or some people, random people on the street. And of course, depending, you have to learn, not everyone on the street is your friend, but you can make friends and create a sense of community easily and enjoy every experience. Maybe you're going to eat some food, a street food that is not the best food on the world. It's not a Michelin star place to eat, but the food is still tasty, is affordable, or grabbing a beer by the beach, or on the town square, or just every interaction, every music song, every every people that you meet, that's special. And I was not aware that it was a privilege to have this in Venezuela. And when I try to look at elsewhere, like for instance in the United States, which is a cool country, just not for me, at least not for living. And Europe, forget about it. You're not going to get it in Europe. Even in other places in Latin America, for instance, I live in Argentina, and you're not going to get it in Argentina as well. Buenos Aires, beautiful city. Regardless, not a place for me as well. And also, I've been in Colombia many times. Probably Colombia is the closest that you can get such experience, and still not the same, man. Actually, a lot of people migrated from Colombia to Venezuela to get such experiences. But probably if you're not interested in Venezuela or you cannot afford to be here in the first place, probably Colombia is the next best thing that you get is experience. Mexico, great people, great country, Mexico, but you're not going to get it in Mexico. Trust me on that. And that's the true value of Venezuela. Such experiences that are obtainable for the just a little bit above average men. Not the average men, but at least the above average, slightly above average men. You can get such experiences here and no place else. I'm going to say it right away. Maybe in Colombia, maybe, just maybe in Colombia, but certainly you are going to get it here in Venezuela. And that's a privilege that I didn't knew that I have when I started get to knowing the rest of the world. And if you want to get it, you are outside Venezuela, well, and you're mediately interested on getting such experiences, you're only gonna get it here and no place else. Maybe you can try in Colombia. It's the only place that I will suggest just after Venezuela for such experiences. And the sad part is most Venezuelans squandered it and they didn't knew they had such privilege. And a bunch of migrants right now are regretting that they don't have access to such experiences anymore. Even the ones who who are successful on their respective nations that right now are doing quite well and try to replicate the experience coming back maybe 1 week or two to Venezuela again, and they can. They just cannot do it because something that you cannot replicate on a vacuum takes time, takes networking, takes knowing what you're doing, of course, takes some financial investment as well. But, well, I'm kidding with that. Well, the thing is, you're not going to get such experience anymore. We squandered, as a Venezuelan, I said, we squandered such experiences, but we are recuperating such experiences again. And I'm seeing it every day, and that's why I show it on most of my videos, one way or the other, on any even content format that I produce here on Venezuela Insider. So if that's for you, just give us a call on venezuelainsider.com. If it isn't very good, just keep your European standard of living or your North American standard of living or your generic Latino standard of living. In Venezuela, I'm sorry, I will say it just as a nationalist. We have the best experiences on the entire world. And I'm not gonna change my mind. Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. If you want to work with us, venezuelainsider.com. Thanks again and have a nice day.